Hey guys, my name's Allison. Pikachu's gonna go right here. And I just recently hit 10,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. I'm gonna be having cake later today to celebrate, even though I hit it a week or two ago at this point. But I'm gonna have cake later. And today, for now, I have iced coffee and it's 6 o'clock. But today we're going to be doing a Q&A from my couch. Different than usual because, I don't know, mix it up. So I have the questions right here on my iPad, and I actually got a lot. Unfortunately, I can't answer all of the questions. So I've separated the Q&A into 4 different sections. We got work, we got life, we got me, and we got travel. They're kind of loose, I don't know, just rough. Don't correct me on them, I don't care. All right, so let's jump right in to work and get the video started. So what is your current job? I don't talk much about my job here on the channel because I can't film it. I am a teacher at an eikaiwa and I teach 0 through 12-year-olds. You can't film kids, period. And it's my job, so I can't film at work, of course. So that's why I don't talk about it. Yeah, I like it. It's pretty good. No complaints, really. I think as far as eikaiwa goes, it's pretty good gig. I know people want me to talk about it more though, so I'll talk about it more once I quit eventually. I don't know when that will be. But yeah, I do it part-time because I'm a full-time student. Next, is there anything you wish you did as an ALT differently? One thing I really regret is when I first came to Japan, I didn't want to accept that many invitations from my coworkers and other people in the town who invited me to go out and do things because I was absolutely exhausted. And I came in August and it was super hot. I really regret not accepting more of those because then they kind of got the vibe that I didn't want to do it, period, when really I was just exhausted. So if you're gonna come over and do ALT and people start inviting you out, go. Even though you're really tired, go. Next, is there anything you wish you knew before starting the JET program? I was a JET before I was a student here, if you don't know. I think one thing I think a lot of people don't realize is they're gonna be lonely. Basically, no matter what you do, even if you get Tokyo, you're gonna feel lonely. And especially if you live in the Inaka or the countryside like I did, you're probably gonna have long periods of time where you are questioning your decision because you feel like you don't have friends or you feel like you don't have good friends, that kind of thing. It's just normal and just expect to feel that way, but I promise it gets better. Okay, that's work. It was short. I can't talk about it much, so that's why. Next section. So by life, I kind of mean living here in Japan. So a lot of people want to know about making friends. So how do you make friends? How do you meet people? So on JET, it's pretty easy to make friends because you have this kind of built-in system. There's JETs in the prefecture you can hang out with. But since I moved to Tokyo, I basically started, not from scratch, but I really had to start over basically. And it was really hard for me because I moved to Tokyo in the middle of, the pandemic, still ongoing, but I moved in the height of it when people were still really scared about going out. So yeah, of course I made friends through school, but I would suggest a really good way to make friends here is through Instagram. I made a lot of friends just through following people basically on Instagram who also lived in Tokyo, and then, if they follow me back, then, just message them a little bit. And yeah, I think it's a great way to meet friends. Next, does the language barrier make it hard to meet people? It's kind of hard for me to answer. Back when I was a JET, the language barrier definitely made it harder, but once you hit N4 and 3 Japanese, it becomes so much easier, and people are very forgiving, especially in the countryside. They're gonna want to hang out with you. So just put yourself out there and just do it, And on the same note, do you have Japanese friends? Yes and no. I don't know. I do. It's just, I kind of moved in a really difficult time. Events are still basically canceled here. I do have Japanese coworkers who I think are my friends, but they all speak English. So I did have more back when I lived in the countryside, and they're still my friends now. I just, don't hang out with them. Next, do you feel safe living alone as a woman, especially concerning stalking and harassment? Personally, I've never experienced that yet. I know some foreign women do experience it here. Personally, I think my neighborhood is very safe. And I think it's really important, especially if you're concerned about it, to live in a safe neighborhood. I know it's tempting to go cheaper, maybe to a little more dangerous of a neighborhood, but a residential kind of quieter area is gonna, just be safe. I don't know. Personally, I feel safe where I live. I do feel a lot less safe if I'm in Shinjuku at night or something like that, alone. But overall, if I'm comparing it to America, it's I feel way safer here. I don't know. I wouldn't stress about it too much. It may happen, but I really wouldn't obsess over it too much. Just be aware at all times about your safety and about your surroundings. Next, how much English and Japanese do I speak in a given day? So my program and my job are in English. So for school, I only do English. But of course for life, just going out, I'm always speaking Japanese to like the store workers or whatever. But actually I speak a lot of Japanese at work, not like a lot more than you would think, because I do teach young children, and if I just speak in English to them, they're not gonna listen to me and they're not really gonna like me. So I do speak Japanese to them to a degree, not like a ton. I definitely speak a lot less than I did before when I lived in Gifu. Next, have you had any bad experiences in Japan, like racism, discrimination, sexism? Sexism, absolutely. More so in the countryside, but I think older people may expect you to get married and settle down pretty soon, and I'm getting a bit old for them, but can't please everyone. Now the racism and discrimination thing, yeah, of course. Everyone does, right? But it's not to such an extent that I feel like it negatively, severely impacts my lifestyle. Like, yeah, sure, sometimes you'll go into a store and the storekeeper's gonna be like, oh no, a foreigner. Ugh. And then there's the whole getting an apartment thing. But you know, overall, it's not that bad. And I think usually a lot of the people who react poorly to me, like entering a shop or something, is because they assume I can't speak Japanese, and then when I do, they're like, okay, it's fine. I don't know. It's like, yeah, yes, of course you're gonna experience bad things because you're a minority here now, right? But it's not to a degree where I think, you know, it's affected me strongly. Really, the worst experience was just when I was living in the countryside, and oh my god, you get stared at so much. You get stared at so much. It's not like discrimination or anything. It's just like, oh my god, why is this blonde girl walking on the street? And it is mentally taxing. It was very hard, more so than you would expect. So next, does it get overwhelming being around a different language or culture constantly? In the beginning, especially in the countryside, it was a lot harder, but ever since I moved to Tokyo, I really haven't felt that overwhelmed about it. I think because Tokyo is a much more like modern-ish, like global city. It can be really hard in the countryside, especially when you want to eat things that you just can't get access to. And when you first come, there's so many little cultural things you're not gonna know. You're not gonna know until you come here. And it can get really overwhelming, but just know, you know, once you're gonna start picking up on these things, it's gonna get a lot better. Next, is there anything you wish you knew before you moved to Japan? Okay, there's a lot, so I'll just pick one. Expect to throw out your entire suitcase of clothes because it's not gonna be in style here, and maybe it won't be appropriate somehow. I don't know. I think I own like 3 or 4 things that I came here with still. Next section, me. We gotta get the ball going. Me. These are things about me. Do you feel you've grown as a person in Japan? Yes, but I've also grown up in Japan, so it's kind of hard to know which is a result of which. You know, I became an adult in Japan, which I think a lot of people experience because I moved here right after I graduated college. So I've learned how to exist in society only here. So of course I've grown, but I think Japan's also changed me for the better. I made a video about it a while ago. I think I'll link it up here. Next, has your style changed? Completely. Look what I'm wearing. What is this? I wouldn't. What is this? I don't know. If you watch my videos, you know the kind of thing I usually wear. I would never dress like that in America. Absolutely not. I mean, I even took some things like that back with me when I went home this past winter, and I was like kind of embarrassed to wear it out. I don't know. Yeah, my style's definitely changed for the better, I think, because in America I just wore t-shirts and jeans every day. My favorite Japanese snack? Baby stars. How long are you gonna stay in Japan? A lot of people want to know. I don't know. I don't know. How would I know? So I've been here almost 4 years at this point, and I will at least be here, definitely, for at least 2 more years, probably more. And I don't know after that. I think I'll be here till I'm 30 at least, and then I'm not sure what my life is gonna bring. You know, it depends on jobs and I don't know, just what I want to do. Yeah, it's hard to answer, but for the foreseeable future, I will be here. I don't have any plans on going home. What's your dream job or your career post-MA? TBD. Don't ask me about it. Next, do you have a good balance of life right now? Up until last month, yes, I had a great balance of life. I think I was able to balance my work and my school and this pretty well up until right around now because I have a lot of work to do now. We'll see what happens. Okay, next, how do you manage your time? How do you stop procrastinating? I procrastinate on absolutely everything. The only way I won't procrastinate is if I have a very strict deadline. Like I do with this, I make sure I upload every week on like the same day. Although I procrastinated this week and I'm filming, editing, and publishing this video all in the next 6 hours. Great. But yeah, really deadlines are the only way I get anything done. Next, would you ever live anywhere else in Japan? No. I mean, I already did the countryside thing and I liked it, but I don't want to move back. Personally, everything's in Tokyo. From jobs to just doing things. I think I'm gonna live in the greater Tokyo area, at least for probably the rest of my time in Japan. I can't really see myself leaving, but hey, if something happens, I don't know. Next, where are you from? The great state of alligators and Publix, Florida, which is why I don't want to go home. Will you ever move back to the US or another country? US, probably eventually, maybe, I don't know. I think in my ideal world, I'd live in both countries, you know, both US and Japan for, you know, a few months at a time. In another country, I can't really imagine it. Maybe for like a short period of time, but I don't know, I really like living in Japan. And if I'm gonna live away from my family, I think I'd want it to be here. But I don't know, who knows? You know, something comes up. Next, travel within Japan. So first, top 5 places to go on a Japan trip. I'm assuming we're doing the Tokyo to Kyoto route here. And I think in addition to the standard locations, you should add at least one little off the normal route kind of place. So I'm gonna name off 5 cities. Go ahead and look them up if you want. They're all gonna be in between Tokyo and Kyoto. Ready? Let's go. Kanazawa, Takayama, Matsumoto, Koyasan, and Shirakawa, sure. That's next to Takayama, but whatever. Place I want to go next in Japan. I want to hit all of the 47 prefectures, so I'm really working on that. Don't know when I'm going to travel next. Probably not till August, but I'd really like to go to Hokkaido in the summer. I've already been, but only in the winter. I want to go in the summer, and otherwise I want to go to USJ. Recommendations for something newer in Tokyo if you've been to Tokyo before. So in the past few years, Shibuya has changed a lot. So if you went to Shibuya like 5 years ago, it's a new Shibuya. Go again. Places in Tokyo that are overrated. I kind of think Shinjuku is. I don't think there's that much to really do as a tourist there. I mean, you should go, but I don't know. What is there to do? I just go shopping. Let's see. I think that's overrated. I think Takeshita Dori, ne? The Takeshita Street in Harajuku. I don't like it anymore. I used to like it when I was like 20 and I studied abroad here. I thought it was great. I don't know. I think it's become really just over commercialized in the past few years. It's such a tourist trap now. But back streets of Harajuku, great. Go there. Just walk around. Next. アリソンさんが実際に日本に住んでみて、海外の人が来るときに実際に日本でぜひ体験してほしいイベントは何ですか？お祭りかな？お祭り。お祭りはすごくなんか日本の文化が感じるなんですけど、夏はあまり夏はね、推薦できないわ。夏は最悪。別に夏だけで行われてるわけではないでしょ？実は。なんか春とか秋とか、あとお正月。時期によって違うんでしょ？どんな祭りがあるか。祭り。Go to the festival. And last, favorite place to explore in Tokyo. I mentioned it earlier. I like the area between Shibuya to Harajuku, like the back streets there. It's like Cat Street area. It's really fun. I always like walking there. Also, if you've been to Tokyo, maybe you haven't done this before, go to Yanasen area. It has like really like shitamachi vibes, like old Japan. 雰囲気がすごいなんか懐かしい。私日本育ちではないけど。And yeah, okay, this video I've been recording a long time and I have to edit it, so I'm gonna end it here. Thank you guys so much for sending in your questions and for subscribing to my channel to celebrate 10,000 subscribers with me. Thank you so much. I'm so happy. I'm gonna be really busy with other stuff outside of this for the next month or two. but I'm gonna try my best. But yeah, sorry if my editing kind of takes a back seat for the next little bit, but I hope you'll continue to support me. I'm gonna try really hard to balance it all and not die. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new here. Welcome. Like the video. Comment down below what place in Tokyo do you recommend to people who have never been before. I'd love to hear it, and maybe it'll even be something new for me. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I'll see you guys back here again next week. Bye!